ex-husband's girlfriend said, "You need to know what really happened to your daughter. I was 24 when I lost everything. My daughter was 8 months old, and my ex-husband Ryan called the police and told them I'd hurt her. We divorced when Madeline was 6 months old because Ryan was controlling and cruel, and we had shared custody while I counted down the days until I could file for full custody and get her away from him. One Sunday I went to pick up Madeline, and his new girlfriend Megan answered the door holding my baby. Madeline had bruises on her arms and a red mark on her face. I said, "What happened to her?" and tried to take her, but Megan stepped back. Ryan came out of the kitchen and said, "We were about to call the police. We noticed the bruises this morning. What did you do to her?" I said I didn't do anything, that Madeline was fine when I dropped her off Friday. He shook his head and said, "She's been fussy all week, crying constantly. We thought she was teething, but now we see the bruises and it all makes sense." I tried to push past them and Ryan grabbed my arm and shoved me back onto the porch. Megan was already on the phone with 911. The police came, then CPS. They took Madeline to the hospital and wouldn't let me ride with her. I followed in my car, sobbing so hard I could barely see the road. The doctors found more bruises on her torso and a healing fracture in her arm. They asked me how it happened and I said I didn't know because I didn't do it. Ryan and Megan told the same story, backed each other up perfectly, finished each other's sentences. They said I'd seemed stressed lately. They said I'd snapped at Madeline once when she cried. They said they'd had concerns for weeks but didn't want to accuse me without proof. My own mother came to see me and the first thing she said was, "Were you overwhelmed? It's okay to admit you needed help." I told her I didn't hurt my baby and she looked at me with sad eyes. The doctor said those injuries didn't happen by accident. My sister called and said, "Maybe you didn't mean to do it. Maybe you just snapped and don't remember." I couldn't explain it because I didn't do it. No one believed me. I lost custody completely. Ryan got full custody and I got supervised visits once a month in a room with fluorescent lights and a social worker watching my every move. Then Ryan petitioned to terminate my parental rights entirely. He said Madeline was traumatized, that she screamed and cried whenever she saw me. His lawyer showed videos of her crying in my arms during the supervised visits. The judge agreed. I lost my daughter completely when she was 18 months old. She would never remember me. My family stopped talking to me after that. My mother said it was too painful, that every time she looked at me she thought about what I'd done. I moved 3 states away and spent years in therapy trying to hold on to the truth when everyone told me I was lying. I thought about Madeline every single day. I kept a box in my closet of birthday presents I'd bought her every year that I would never get to give her. 6 years later, Megan was standing on my porch looking terrible, thin and pale, dark circles under her eyes. She said Ryan left her 3 months ago for a 22-year-old receptionist. She said she'd been carrying this for 6 years and couldn't do it anymore. She said, "It was us. It was me and Ryan. We hurt her. I couldn't breathe." She said Ryan would leave Madeline in her crib for hours because he didn't want to deal with her crying. He wouldn't feed her on schedule. When she cried too long, he would shake her to make her stop. Megan saw it but didn't stop it because she was scared of him. One night, he shook Madeline so hard Megan thought he'd killed her. They realized she was injured and panicked. Ryan came up with the plan to blame me. He said I'd never be able to prove it wasn't me. He said everyone would believe the father over the mother. She said he was right. No one even questioned him. I asked why she was telling me now. She said, "Because he left me and I have nothing to lose. Because I think about what we did to you every single day. Because Madeline deserves to know her real mother didn't hurt her." I asked if Madeline was okay. She said yes. She's in 1st grade. Ryan got scared after what happened and stopped hurting her. She said, "I know that doesn't make any of this okay." I told her to get off my porch. She left her number and said she'd testify. She'd tell the police everything. She'd do whatever it took. I closed the door and slid down to the floor and screamed until my throat was raw. I called a lawyer the next morning. It took 8 months, but Megan testified and Ryan was arrested. I have full custody of Madeline now. She doesn't remember me and I had to introduce myself like a stranger. But last week she called me mom for the first time since she was a baby.